My fellow Decepticons, it is I, Starscreamsalot here, coming back to you today with another video, and today is the first video of 2026 from Starscreamsalot. Yeah! Woo! Happy 2026! But yeah, I thought I'd start off the year with a 2026 video. Like a ranking of everything that I bought this year for 2026, because in my opinion this year was a very good year of collecting for me, and it's just one of my favorite years of collecting in general. I got some awesome things, some not so awesome things, but that's kind of spoilers for the ranking now, isn't it? Yeah, all I wanted to say is that I think this year was amazing for collecting. Maybe not so much for Transformers or some other things. I know a lot of people aren't happy with a lot of the things that came out this year, but I'm pretty happy. And I also want to preface the fact that this is every figure that I bought in 2026 or 2025. Not every figure that I reviewed in 2025, because things like War for Cybertron, Siege, Shockwave, I'm pretty sure I reviewed. No, I didn't. Wait. What was it? You get the point. Masterpiece Starscream. That was something I reviewed this year, but I didn't get it this year, so I'm not counting that. And I don't think I'll ever do a video of figures specifically from 2020 or from whatever year, because I don't have that much money. I can't buy everything from that year. Like, the only thing that I bought that was actually, like, from this year, I think, would be 86 Brawn, maybe. 80 Studio Series TF1 Bumblebee, and 86 Devastator. And I guess the rerun of Grimlock. But with that out of the way, I suppose I don't have too much else to say other than, let's get to it, shall we? Number 23. So at the very bottom of the list, I'm not going to give this guy any special introduction. It's the Versus Cliffjumper Tarn. Now, to me, this figure does almost nothing right. I pointed out in his review how he has just some loose legs, just some like loose knees, right? His hips suck. He's got paint mishaps like everywhere. And he just doesn't feel good to just kind of handle. Like, his fusion cannon is alright, I guess, if it wasn't so loose in his arm. Like, this piece right here flops about everywhere. Like, wherever I put this thing, it just wants to move, and I can't stand it. It's just, I don't like it. Especially the transformation. I loathe the transformation on this figure. And it's just because of all of that I just don't like this thing at all. The best thing it does is pose well and look pretty good, which I will give it to it. From this angle, he does look alright, you know? I'm not a big fan of how flat he is, like, what the hell? But from just a front-facing angle, I think he looks fine. And this is how I will forever display him. But I just don't like it. And also these cannons on the back, they're loose as hell. I hate that too. And the alt mode is just a space nothing. I don't care. I was hoping to like this thing a lot because I didn't buy the original Legacy Tarn, so I was like, oh, maybe this one's gonna be better. I think it looks cooler. No. This is legit one of my least favorite figures that I own. And it's just a shame, because I did kind of want to like this thing a lot. But yeah, he's just stuck with these loose-ass hips forever and ever. But at least he can pose good, I suppose. Number 22. Alright, and at 22 at the list, we have G1 Trypticon. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with this figure. He's just kind of a brick. A big, heavy brick. And I can't really do anything with him. Which is why some of you might ask, well, why do you like this guy more than Tarn? At least you can do things with Tarn. At least you can pose Tarn. Well, with this guy, he has a presence to him, if that makes sense. He has just a way of looking cool. Because I love Triptychon. And I'm just really happy that I own this thing, right? Like, it is just so cool to have. And he just has a presence to him. And at least he's not floppy like Tarn is. And he looks really cool. Like, that's all I really needed. Like, when I was buying this thing, I wasn't asking for, like, some hyper-posable Optus Pexus level figure. I just wanted Triptychon, G1 Triptychon. And I have G1 Triptychon now. And he does everything that I need him to. And he does look really freaking cool. All the colors and the chrome, right? All these bits and pieces. I'm never transforming this guy. But yeah, he is really big, okay? Well, not really big. He's like maybe 2/3 the size of 86 Devastator, but he's chunky. He feels heavy because he's got all that electrical stuff to store in his body. But yeah, G1 Triptychon at number 22. I'm not going to put him any higher because I do enjoy playing with figures that I own, but I do like this guy. I'm not putting him down here because he's necessarily bad. It's just because, A, the competition is kind of stacked right now, and it's kind of hard to do anything with this guy because I like messing with my figures, although I can't really hold that against a G1 figure, so I don't know. But yeah, it's number 22. Number 21. And coming in at 21st place, we have Core Class Ratchet. Now, this guy doesn't necessarily do anything particularly bad, except for maybe the transformation in alt mode looking a little clunky, but it's a core class, so I'm not gonna hold that against him. But he doesn't do anything particularly well either. Like, I think he looks fine. The painting is alright. I really like the way they painted the red. The red on his crotch piece does look nice. But he's not particularly good in any way. Like, he's just so fine. Like, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like, I think I should preface that I'm not going to go super in-depth on figures I've already reviewed. But, I don't know. He's just kind of fine. Like, I have Core Class Starscream and I have, like, Authentics Barricade. And those guys are honestly kind of better than this guy is. I do like Authentics Barricade. He's not that bad. But that's not really the point. The point is that Ratchet here, he's just okay. Number 20. Coming in at 20th place, we have Blocky's Ironhide. Now, this is like another figure that I don't necessarily have any issues with, but he's just okay. I mean, I don't know. Blocky's doesn't necessarily do it for me. I want to buy a few more just to see if, like, I do truly just not like Blockies as a whole, but now that I do have experience with Gunpla and stuff like that, I'm willing to give Blockies another chance, but as of now, I'm not super, like, enthralled with this guy. He poses good and he looks alright, you know. He's got all the hands and the movements and stuff, but I do like it when my Transformers transform. And he doesn't do that. I'm not going to entirely hold it against him. It's just a personal preference of mine. But, yeah, he's fine. I'm willing to try Blockies a few more times, as I said. But, yeah, I'm not super, like, captivated right now. I think he is pretty good for like a little taste into Blockies, but I don't know. I don't really mess with the way he looks and stuff like that. That's the big issue. I don't necessarily like the way they kind of stylized their figures. That might be what the issue is. But yeah, he is just kind of 20th place material if I really think about it, so it's whatever. And yeah. Number 19. Coming in 19th place, we have Studio Series Transformers 1 Bumblebee. Now, you might notice with the last couple and the next couple of spots in the list, but these figures are just kind of okay. Like, they're not like stellar in any way. They look alright. They have good-ish posing, some of them, and alright transformations, alright alt moves, stuff like that. They're just kind of alright. They don't wow me at all. I don't really like the way his shoulders work. I think those are kind of stupid, but I understand why they're like that in a way. I do like this gun he comes with, but you know, he's kind of subpar. He looks a little weird. I'm definitely going to be getting another Bumblebee. That Transformers Devastation one does not look too bad. I'm probably going to get that because I did get 86. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. He just looks fine. I already really said my piece about him in the review, which I think was a little too close to the honeymoon phase. But now that I've had him for a couple of months now, I think he's just alright. And that's all he really had to be, but it's nothing really crazy. Yeah. Number 18. Coming in at 18th place, we have Movie Monster Series Gigan. Now, this guy, he might not pose the best, and he might not, like, do anything particularly awesome. The main reason why he's up here is simply because he looks amazing. The paint and the sculpting, just all around is awesome. I love the way they did the blue. The nice metallic-y blue that they're using on this figure is just so cool. Because I love Gigan. Gigan is like maybe a top 10 monsters in all of Godzilla's roster for me, but yeah, I think they just did this guy so well. I just love the way he looks, especially with all the blades and the spiky bits, which aren't actually sharp, which is really cool, except for like these, but they're not like SH Monster Arch sharp at all, so, you know. Although I do wish that they painted the tail at least at all, but yeah. He's only up here because he just looks really cool, which is why I can't necessarily put him any higher than I'm willing to. This is the highest he can go because he does only pose like that. That's all of his posing, and that I showed you in like 3 seconds, so oh well. But I am happy with this guy. I am glad that I own him. And yeah, that's Gigan for you. Number 17. Coming in at 17th place, we have the Versus Cliffjumper 4-pack Tarantulas. Now, this is the first figure on the list so far that I've been meaning to review, that I just haven't gotten to it, despite the fact that I've owned this guy for as long as Tarn. But unlike Tarn, I do actually like this guy, at least a little bit. I think that he looks pretty cool. I like the way the colors look. I like the oranges and the green. I think it looks funny. I like the way that they painted his head. And he has an alright transformation, and he does pose pretty well, especially in the legs. Like, that's some crazy ranges. He poses alright in the arms, right? And because I never did do a full review on this guy, I will show off the alt mode. Is a big scary spider, which I love this guy because of the orange and the stuff that he has, and he's just really funny. And not always how the transformation is good, which I do think it is, but it is a little clunky in some spots, especially when trying to get the legs in the abdomen right there. But yeah, I do like this spider. I do like his accessories, which I should have mentioned, but I didn't. These are cool. I like this saw a lot. Yeah. You know, I think this guy is just infinitely better than Tarn, which I bought I only got the Tarantulas and the Tarn, so the fact that this guy was the standout, despite the fact that I wanted Tarn specifically, is quite crazy. The world works in hilarious ways. But yeah, I don't think I'll be reviewing this guy, but I am happy to have him. And he's my first Beast Former, so that's really cool too. I was expecting it to be Megatron though. But yeah. Number 16. Coming in next up on the list is Studio Series 86 Bone Crusher, which some of you I know are definitely not gonna like that opinion, but he's mostly carried by his team because he is just this big, ugly looking guy. But I like, he's just kind of charming. Okay, that's the thing that I find most like appealing to him. He just has this little charm that I just can't get enough of. Although he does kind of suck in arm mode because he's so much bigger than Scavenger and the joint in there is kind of loose. Wish they made that a Ratchet, but can't win them all, I guess. I think he, like, I don't know. He is a little charming, and I do like that about him. And I do like the green that they used. So, yeah, what little paint is here is applied perfectly, and his head is also really good. Yelp mode is a bulbous bulldozer or whatever. That's just what Bone Crusher is. I wish he wasn't as fat, but oh well. It is also why he is pretty low. But yeah, he's just Bone Crusher. I don't really know what to say about him that I haven't already said before in the past. He's just this big dude that kind of sucks. But I love him anyways. Number 15. Now, if that last take didn't ruffle your feathers, number 15, Studio Series 86 Mixmaster Will. Now, I get this is pretty much everybody's favorite of the Constructicons, but, like, he's so okay. I'm gonna make a review on him, but this, I'm trying to save what I really want to say for that review that will be coming, but I don't know. This robot mode really disappoints me. And although I do like the alt mode and its transformation and the leg mode, this mode itself just disappoints me the most. I don't think he's that good, and he has leg QC worse than Tarn. Like, how does that even happen? Like, I'm barely shaking him. That leg just goes down with no effort. Like, I'm barely moving it. It's just so disappointing. And this guy has as much paint as Bone Crusher does, pretty much. I mean, actually maybe a little bit more, but, you know. I just got so disappointed by this thing. I will say more in the review, but hooey, it just is upsetting, to me at least. Number 14. Now at number 14, we have Studio Series 86 Brawn. And it is at this point onwards where I actually really start to like the figures that I'm talking about. Now Brawn, he's really good. He's really solid. He poses good. He looks good. This little hollow bit in the side could be worse. It's not Earthrise Starscream by any means. But, yeah. I like the colors, I like the alt mode, I like the transformation, even if the Play-Doh factor at the end is a little annoying. He's just solid. Right? He doesn't move around too much except for this back piece. And all of that just comes together to make a really nice figure that I'm just glad to own. And I'm probably going to pick up more mini-bots. That new Power Glide looks awesome, and I'm going to wait for a G1 Accurate Sea Spray instead of that Toy Accurate one that they made. Which, I don't know why they did that one first. That seems a bit silly to me, but, you know, he does look good. And that's really what I have to say on Brawn. Like, I don't have too much to say on him because he's just kind of good. And that's all he needs to be for me. Like, he just looks good, feels good, painted well, transformation good, alt mode good. He's just good. Nothing really to point out that angers me. Nothing to point out that's particularly amazing, although he does pose quite well for a mini-bot. He's just good. Solid figure. And I love that about him. That's what I like about Ron in general. He's just a solid guy. Number 13. Now, coming in at 13th place, we have the high-grade Burning Gundam. Now, this is another one of those figures that I've really been meaning to review, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I have been meaning to do a video about Gunpla for a little while now, and this was my first Gundam that I've ever built, because I do own a couple of other Gundam that was gifted to me a good while ago. I'm buying another one of these, by the way. And I wanted to try it for myself, and I got this Gundam. I'm going to hold off on all the specific details, though. But about this figure, I think that he is pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Although what I don't like is this stupid elbow piece right here. If I breathe on this thing wrong, it just comes off, and because I'm on camera, it's not going to come off because life's not fair. But yeah, he's good. His joints are a little loose, as you see. I did kind of take off his arm with no effort whatsoever. Which, okay, bit funky, bit weird. Don't feel good about that. I do love the fire parts, though. And all the parts on this guy just look good. Especially the clear parts. That the piece got fallen off. Do you like the sword? Do you like the scabbard, I think it's called? I don't know. It all looks good. I hate applying stickers, though. And yeah, he does pose really good, too. But I'm going, oh, and there it goes. I'm not picking that up. I'm going to get it later. Like, he does pose really good, and he looks good in almost every single pose you put him in. But I'll save all of that for the future review that I will be doing. And yeah, that's 13th place. Burning Gundam. Number 12. Coming in at number 12, we have Legacy Armada Starscream, which is, fun fact, the only Starscream I bought this year. So that's pretty cool. I've said mostly everything that I want to say on this figure in my review, but I do think that he is really cool. The transformation is good, alt mode's good, accessories are pretty good. His arms are pretty long. I don't remember if that's accurate or not. It's been a minute since I've seen Armada, so could be wrong. I do think he looks cool. I like the null ray cannons. I think those are cool. I do wish he came with the mini con, but you know, so does everybody. I like the paint, and I like just about everything on him. Yes, the Star Saber is pretty small. I do wish that was bigger as well. The big issue that I have with this guy, though, is that his legs are pretty loose as well. But it's like all of his legs. Why has this been a reoccurring theme for figures I've gotten this year? He has also some pretty loose ankles and knees, so getting him in a pose is sometimes challenging depending on what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I do think that this guy is really cool nonetheless. And it is another Starscream to my collection, so he is really cool. Oh yeah. And the null rays get in the way of the head articulation. That's not very fun. But I am quite pleased with this figure. Number 11. Now coming in at number 11, just shy of the top 10, is Studio Series 86 Scrapper. Now, I know a lot of people don't necessarily like this figure because he is kind of just the Combiner Wars one again. But I don't own that figure, so I don't have that issue. I do think he is pretty cool. The hollow parts are really annoying, but he does have a really sick gun. This is one of my favorite guns in all of the Devastator team. I think he looks good. Transformation is good. I like the leg mode. I have said in the past, at least I'm pretty sure, how I don't like how he separates from Devastator when you're trying to take him out of Devastator mode. It's just really tight and it hurts my fingers. But that's not important. I just like Scrapper. He might be getting carried because Scrapper is my favorite of the Constructicons, but I just think that he's really cool. And also the chest and the head. Ooh, that's looking really good. It just looks really good. And yeah. Generally, the hollowness is the only issue that I have with this figure. And it's a big one. But I still do really like Scrapper. I can safely say that he is pretty dang good. But he's not top 10 good. Number 10. Because coming in at number 10, we have Studio Series 86 Long Haul. Now, I wanted to count Hook and Long Haul as two separate spots on the tier, or on the ranking, because they are two different figures. And Long Haul is the inferior one. I like Long Haul. I like him a lot. He does just about everything that I want him to. I think that he looks good. I think that he's painted enough. There could be more, but I don't really know what he would add. Maybe some silver around here. I don't know. But I do think that he does his job well. And he also probably has the best feeling plastic out of all of Devastator, the team, out of all the Constructicons. And that's gotta count for something, which it does. And I do find myself just messing with Long Haul more than I would most of the other team. And he poses well, and his transformation's good to both torso and truck mode, and his truck is good. And he does a good job as a waist. And yeah, that's just about all I have to say about Long Haul. Although I do hate that. I do kind of hate this thing right here, this flap. That thing kind of sucks. But it's whatever, really. It is a big issue, though. I can't lie. Yeah, I do love Long Haul quite a bit. He barely beats Scrapper, in my opinion. He's just a lot more solid than he is. So yeah, that's Long Haul. Number 9. Coming in at number 9, we have Studio Series 86 Hook. Now, I said in my video how Hook was definitely my favorite Constructicon at that time, and that still holds true, at least for right now, almost. I think that he just has this look to him that I love. I do like the fact that he can pretty convincingly cross his arms, at least for a Chug figure. I think he looks good. He feels great in hand. I love just about everything that he does. No real loose parts, actually. This is the most solid of all of Devastator. Of all the Constructicons that I got. So that's really cool. And he just looks cool. His transformations are good. All of them are really good. Hook probably has my favorite transformations out of all of the Constructicons. And I just cannot understate that. These elbows are kind of weird, sure. But he's just really cool. And I love his gun too. His gun's really nice. But yeah, good transformations, good modes for everything that he does. And I just can't get enough of him. And yeah. That's all I really have to say about Hook. He's just simple, he's fun, and he does what he does. He does what he needs to do well. And I love that about him. And I like the crane. The crane arm is also really cool. Can't really do too much with it though, but yeah, can't win them. I say that a lot, but it wasn't really made to do anything outside of alt mode. And that's Hook for you. Number 8. And coming in at 8th place, we have the Studio Series 86 Scavenger, which is my favorite out of the Constructicons. I love this guy so much, and I really wasn't expecting to. He's just really blew me away. Blew away all my expectations. And I was not expecting the random arm mode guy to become my favorite out of all of them, with heavy hitters like Hook being right there. But he just does about everything. I don't care if he looks a little wide. I think it kind of fits his vibe. The hollowness, sure, could be worse, or the hollowness might be bad, but it could be a whole lot worse. And it's only really in his arms. Like, there's not aside, and in his thighs, but other than that, there's not really any hollow spots. I love his transformations. I love messing with him. He definitely has the second best plastic behind Long Haul, at least for my copy. And he doesn't necessarily have any terrible issues that I'm super like mad at, aside from maybe how loose his elbow is at this angle specifically. But it's perfectly tight everywhere else. And he doesn't have any other real QC issues outside of that one spot. And his transformations are good. I love his alt mode. He looks great as an arm. He just does everything right. And he's better than Bone Crusher as an arm because his arm joint is tighter than Bone Crusher's is, which is awesome. And I just love this guy. I love everything that he is, which is why he firmly deserves a spot in the top 10 for me, and as my favorite Constructicon. Number 7. And coming in at number 7, we have the Gundam Astray, I think is what it's called. I could be wrong, though. The red Gundam Astray, I think. I don't remember. But this guy is up here, so high, in fact, because simply of the rule of cool. I think this guy just looks awesome. So much cooler than the Burning Gundam. And unlike the Burning, this guy is solid. Okay, that's because I bumped into that. But this guy, I'm shaking it pretty hard. All that really rattled was the gun. Maybe I moved his legs a little bit, but he's fine. And he just looks awesome with this like metal, with this chrome looking sword that's not actually chrome. It's like silver plastic with the stickers that were, although annoying, not the worst to apply, except for the eye ones. Those always stress me out. He just looks awesome, and that's all he needed. That's all I wanted him to be. I love the sword. He comes with 2 beam sabers. I love the shield. I love the gun. Just love the way he looks. The red and white with the subtle blacks here and there. Just comes together to make an awesome looking design. And I am so happy that I got this guy. Although I did break him, that was more so my fault rather than that of the toys. And he does pose awesome. But I will save those takes for the actual Gundam review that I intend to do. And yeah, that is the Red Gundam Astray. Number 6. And coming in at number 6, we have the Legacy Laser Prime. This was the first figure that I bought this year, actually. And although with some reviewers, their opinions on older figures that they have may lessen over time, my love for Laser Prime has only greatened. Because I just love this figure. Everything that it does is pretty much immaculate. I love the accessories, I love the shoulder pauldrons, I like the way he poses, right? Like, everything this guy does, I think, just wows me every time that I just pick him up, which I do pretty frequently. I just think that this guy is just one of the greats for this year, at least for me. I just love the way he does basically everything, and it just impresses me. The transformation is great, alt mode is great, I like the trailer, accessories are good, paint is good, articulation is great, everything is great. And I'm just it's always a pleasure to pick this guy up and just do stuff with him. I like giving him heavy arms as minigun because I think if this guy had a gun, he would be even better. But just barely outclassed to be the top 5, in my opinion. But he is great. And he always will be. I still stand by with what I said when I first did my review on this guy, that I'm not gonna buy Laser or Toxitron or Scourge or whatever. I'm just happy with this one single guy. Number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have... Get out of here. Coming in at number 5, we have Studio Series 86 Grimlock. Now, this figure was pretty much a grail of mine for a good long time, and now that I finally have it, I'm so happy to have this thing. I'm going to review him, so I'm not going to say too much, but this is a heavy, dense figure that I do love a lot. The big issue that I do have with this guy, though, is that he is toleranced a little weird. This arm's ratchet's kind of weak. This one, though, really strong. Like, holy cow. But other than that, I'm quite happy with this guy. He does everything that I wanted him to, and more. Transformation's really good. Alt mode, amazing. I love his super gun that's bigger than the trash wheelie that he came with his. Like, this is insane. It's about as big as 86 wheelie, which I do also have. But I'm not going to review him because I don't care. I love Grimlock. I love the fact that I have this guy. He's amazing. Which is why he is in the top 5. Right where he belongs. Number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the SH Monster Arts Godzilla -1 figure. Now, this figure, I get, gets a lot of hate, and you might be surprised why he's so high. Well, it's simply because of the fact that I think I may have gotten the only good copy of this figure in existence. Aside from maybe the eyes, which are a little bit funky, to say the least. If it'll focus, which I don't know if it will. His eyes are a little funky, and this paint is weird. Yes, I said that in my review. But he just has a presence. He poses amazing. He looks great. I just love everything about him, and that shit, he's sharp. Like I said in my review, he is the figure that will make me bleed. Hasn't yet, though, so I think I'm good so far. But yeah, I just think he looks so freaking cool, and he does that perfectly. Every little scale and detail on this guy just captures his vibe excellently, which is why I just think he's so damn cool. I love this Godzilla design. So the fact that I have it in my collection and I have it right here says a lot about this figure and this movie too. Go watch Godzilla -1 if you haven't, either in a while or ever. Go watch that movie. And yeah, he's also the most fun Godzilla to pose that I own. Yeah, definitely the most fun Godzilla to mess around with that I own. I don't know if he's worth $150 though, but he's still top 5 in my opinion. Number 3. Coming in at number 3, and now we're at the top 3 of the list, is Studio Series 86 Devastator. Now, it took me all year to finish this guy, and might I say, this was so worth it. I am going to review Devastator after I do Mixmaster, but to kind of like put into this guy into the video what my thoughts are, he has a presence to him. Like, there is no world where he wasn't gonna be like the highlight, one of the highlights of the year. Like, he is big, he is solid, right? He looks cool. Everything just comes together to make this awesome looking Devastator that I don't really care if he's like kind of a rehash of the Combiner Wars one. I think that he is perfect. Well, not perfect, but as close to perfection as I like can envision him being. I don't really see a world where this guy could have made me any happier, except for maybe Bone Crusher not being as fat and them having ratchet joints in the arms. And yeah, the backpack's a little big, but I've been considering drilling the flap out right there. But all in all, this guy, just great. I love just about everything he does, although I do wish he could hold his gun better. And it's just great. I don't think there's any thing else I want to say right now that I'm not going to say in my video. So yeah, that's number 3. Devastator. Number 2. Coming in with the silver medal, we have SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man from the Reze arc. Now, this could very well still be honeymoon phase, but I just think this guy is so immaculate. There is like no world where I was expecting him to be this good. He is by far the most like posable figure in my collection, aside from maybe SH Monster Arts -1 Godzilla. But that's more so that he has as much articulation. He's not as like fluid as Chainsaw Man is. Oh. He's not as fluid as Chainsaw Man is. And I love Chainsaw Man. Like as a story, as the movie, as the anime, as everything. I love Chainsaw Man. And this is the perfect Chainsaw Man. I could not have asked for anything better. Don't worry, he's not actually breaking. I'm just going a little too hard on the joints. But I just can't put him down. I just cannot put this figure down or put him anywhere higher than he deserves. Like, anywhere lower than this, and it would have been a crime on this figure, because what can I say that I won't say in the review? But he's as close to peak as peak can get. And I just love that about him. This is, by and large, definitely probably the best Figuarts has to offer, at least in my very limited experience with it. But yeah, I love this figure. And number 1. And at number 1, you might be wondering to yourself, if you weren't paying attention to the intro to this video, who could be number 1? Who is left? Well, my friends, the SH Monster Arts Orthochromatic Shin Godzilla. This is, by and large, one of, if not my favorite figures in my collection, simply because of what it means. This figure, or I guess this mold, has been a grail of mine, with the Fourth Awakening version being my holy grail of collecting. And the fact that I finally have this guy in my hands is just a magical feeling, because Shin Godzilla is my favorite movie to ever exist. And this figure just encapsulates that perfectly for me. This is just so cool. He's detailed amazingly. He's painted incredibly well. It just chips, which annoys me. Sure, the tip of the tail might fall off back there, but just, this is where a personal bias just truly won him over for me. Just thinking about everything in my collection that I got this year, this is always going to be the standout figure for me. And I got him for $110, which is a lot nicer than $150 if you ask me. And yeah, that is it. That is the end of the ranking. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, do all that, and join my Discord server. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and tell me your ranking of figures that you got this year, or 2026. And that will be all from me. Let's have a great 2026, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. And that, my friends, was the 2025 figure ranking. Now, 2025 was a really good year for collecting for me. One of my favorites, definitely. I got some grails, some things that I've always wanted. Just so much cool stuff this year. I was introduced to some new things, and I got some really old stuff. And I'm just really, really glad that I had a good year this year, or last year. And I'm really looking forward to 2026, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it just as much as I am, because let me say, I've got some pretty darn good stuff, if I do say so myself. And some things that I'm going to review. I'm going to actually bother to review some of the things that I've got this year. I will be doing Devastator, Grimlock, and a couple other guys. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. So have a good one, 2025, and here's to an amazing 2026. Bye bye.